Darren, you know where you guys are in the standings. Just how tough is this loss tonight, and how much do you just have to walk away from it and get ready for tomorrow?
I mean, obviously we really wanted this, we really needed it. I mean, at the end of the day, we know that we're going to be in a playing spot, but you know, are we going to be home in a 9-10, or are we going to be away or home in a 7-8? You know, that's all up to us. Obviously, tomorrow against Phoenix is going to be big, because I can put, you know, that's a full game basically. You know, if you win or lose. But I mean, we put ourselves in this position.
De'Aaron, how's the ankle? I know you came down late in the
I'm okay. It's not like the one earlier, so I'll be fine.
And then just in that first quarter, what do you feel like led to that slow start for you guys?
I mean, I think they hit us first. I think they got to us. You know, I think we got some good looks that didn't go down too, but I think they controlled the game from the start.
Fox, does it feel like this coupled with that road trip that, do you get a sense that there's any kind of wind out of the sails for you guys as you kind of, or is it a little bit more, you know, resigned to the fact that you know you're in the play-in tournament and you know at least that kind of fear of the unknown is gone now?
Yeah, I mean, we still know there's a chance that we're going to be technically in the postseason. There's a chance that we can still make the playoffs. So it's not like you know, walking with your head down. Obviously, you know, in a week span, I think we had 3 20-point leads, and we come back home and we only won one game from the road trip. We know that we have to be better. We have to be able to. Obviously, if you go up 20 points in the first half, like the game's not over, but you know, you want to be able to try to keep that lead as best as possible. But no, we have a chance to still make the playoffs. So, you know, there are other teams who are fighting for a play-in, and like, you know, they're excited because they can still make the playoffs. So, we shouldn't be, like I said, we shouldn't just be walking with our head held down. Like, do we not think we have a chance in a playing game?
Yeah, and when you go down, I mean, obviously it's 0-5 to this team. It's a tough matchup for you guys, but I don't know if there's anything you can pinpoint. Some games are more competitive than others with this series. Just what do you make of this matchup with the Pelicans overall?
I mean, they've been a tough cover for us. I mean, I think obviously tonight, you know, offense wasn't really our problem. We weren't able to get stops in other games. I think they were really able to slow us down, picking us up full court. Like I said, they hit us first at the beginning of the game, but we were able to respond. And I think in some of those other games, we didn't respond well.
Darren, what's your thoughts, your assessments of C.J. McCollum? Because he was throwing a lot of daggers out there.
Yeah, I mean, he made a lot of big shots. You know, when we're going on a run, he hits a big shot. You know, a loose ball, swing, they get it back. He hits a big shot. He's done that every single time we played them. So, I mean, he's been in the league for a long time. Obviously, he's one of those guys who we talk about. You know, who's the best player that's never been an All-Star. He's always 1, 2, or 3 on that list, and I mean, he's very capable of being an All-Star. He probably should have been an All-Star already, but I think he's definitely a great compliment to that team. Obviously, especially when they're healthy, and you have to worry about guys like Zion and Bi when he's back. I mean, he's been technically a number 2 and a second option his whole career, and then you come here with 2 young, you know, All-Stars, and now you're a third option. Like that's hard to deal with.
Fox down 23 2 separate times in this game. Great response both times in the fourth quarter and in the second quarter. Do you notice the Pelicans taking the foot off the gas? Is it a sense of desperation from you guys, a wake-up call? Like, what is switching in those moments when you're down big and making those pushes?
I mean, I think every time, you know, when they went on a run and when we went on runs, it was because you were getting stopped. It's because you were turning the other team over. You were getting out in transition. I think that's where they hurt us a lot, was transition points. And I think whenever we were able to get back into the game, it's because we were getting stops and we were getting out in transition, and that's kind of how the game was flip-flopping. But we allowed them to get out in transition far too often. I think they had 15 in the first half, and they're not necessarily like a great transition team, but when you're able to get out in transition and see the ball go in and get easy baskets, it makes your offense that much easier.
De'Aaron, when you look at the difference between being a 7-8 versus a 9-10 team in the play-in, how important is it that you guys finish strong in these last 2 games?
I mean, it's a huge difference, obviously, regardless of if you're at home or on the road. But you know, you're 9-10, you wake up that day and you just have a bad game, like you're done. So at least when you're 7-8, you technically have the opportunity to have a bad first game. Obviously, you don't want to do that, but Having 2 opportunities is much better than basically having one, and then you have to win that game, and then you have to win another game. So it's much easier to go 1-1 than it is to go 2-0 in a time like this.
What do you think about your guys' three-point defense tonight, and how much do you feel like your guys' turnovers leaked into some of your defensive struggles?
Yeah, I mean, that was big. I mean, obviously, some of those, like Jose running the ball down and then getting a shot in the corner, that's not an easy thing to do, but for an NBA player, especially some, like the way that he plays, and he gets a lot of corner threes, like that's easy for him. So, like I said, a lot of those are because of turnovers, but I mean, I think they're top 10 or top 8 or something in turning teams over, and they did that to us tonight, and they were able to get out in transition. Like I said, once you see the ball go in, like you're taking transition threes, and the rim starts looking like a ocean.
Thanks, everyone.